Listen, if you're a man in today's world, you're in a war. Not with other people, with distraction. Every second, something's fighting for your focus. A notification, an ad, a scroll, a temptation. And every time you give in, you lose a piece of yourself. Most men don't fail because they're not strong enough. They fail because they've forgotten how to focus. They've handed over their attention and with it, their power. Because here's the truth. Your attention is your power. Where your focus goes, your life follows. You don't build empires, bodies, businesses, or legacies without it. You can't lead yourself, let alone anyone else, if you can't control your own mind. The hidden enemy. The modern world doesn't want you strong. It wants you comfortable. It sells you the illusion of freedom while it quietly cages your potential. Distraction is the new addiction. It's not alcohol, not drugs, not even lust. It's escape. Escape from boredom. Escape from pain. Escape from purpose. Every swipe, every click, every easy thrill is a hit of dopamine that costs you discipline. And the more you feed it, the weaker you become. You start mistaking motion for progress, activity for achievement. You stay busy, but you don't move forward. You stay stimulated, but never satisfied. And then you wonder why you feel empty. Because you've been giving away your power, one small distraction at a time. The law of energy. Here's something most men never learn. Energy is a currency. You spend it every day. On thoughts, on emotions, on habits. Some things give you energy back. Others drain it and never return it. Scrolling for hours? Energy gone. Arguing online? Gone. Chasing validation? Gone. Training your body? You get stronger. Reading, learning, building. You expand. Focusing on something that matters. You multiply energy. This is the law of energy. What you feed grows. Feed distractions, grow weakness. Feed discipline, grow strength. Every man you admire lives by this law, consciously or not. They protect their energy like a sacred resource, because it is. The discipline shift. Discipline isn't punishment, it's direction. It's the ability to say, not this, not now. I'm building something bigger. We glorify freedom, but here's the secret. Freedom without discipline is chaos, and chaos destroys potential faster than failure ever will. When you build discipline, you don't lose freedom. You earn it. You earn the freedom to say no to what doesn't serve you. You earn the freedom to follow through when motivation fades. You earn the freedom to trust yourself fully. That's the real definition of a strong man. Someone who can command himself. The man who builds. A man without a mission is a man lost. You can have money, status, women, attention, and still feel like something's missing. Because there is. Men were designed to build, to create structure from chaos, to bring order where there is none, to lead, to protect, to expand. But you can't build if you're constantly distracted. You can't lead if you're constantly reacting. So ask yourself, what am I building? And if your answer is nothing, that's your starting point. Start with yourself. Build your body, because it's the foundation of discipline. Build your mind, because it's the engine that drives everything. Build your purpose, because that's what gives meaning to all of it. When you commit to building, every area of your life aligns around that direction. Even your relationships start to shift. You stop chasing approval and start attracting respect. Because men on a mission radiate clarity, and clarity is magnetic. The role of pain. Pain is not your enemy, it's your instructor. Pain shows you where you're still soft. Every challenge Every rejection, every failure is feedback. It's life saying, "You're being tested. Rise up." The men who grow are not the ones who avoid pain. They're the ones who use it. They take the hit, feel it, learn from it, and keep moving. Discomfort is the forge where confidence is made. It's the resistance that builds strength. So stop wishing for easy days. Wish for clear ones. Wish for endurance. Wish for the kind of strength that bends, but never breaks. Because when life hits you, and it will, discipline doesn't collapse. It holds the line. Brotherhood and standards. No man does it alone. You need brothers, not drinking buddies, not gossip partners. Brothers, men who hold you accountable, men who tell you the truth, even when it stings. Men who refuse to let you settle for good enough. You don't rise by surrounding yourself with comfort. You rise by surrounding yourself with fire. Iron sharpens iron, but friction is required. And here's the hidden rule of brotherhood. When you hold other men to a higher standard, you rise with them. You don't need hundreds. You just need a few real ones. Men on the same path of discipline and focus. That's your tribe. That's your power grid. Because mediocrity is contagious, but so is greatness. The inner war. Every man fights two battles, the outer and the inner. The outer war is survival. The inner war is mastery. Most men lose the inner war quietly. They look successful, but they're restless. They seem confident, but inside they're chasing validation, not peace. Real mastery isn't about domination. It's about direction. It's not about controlling others. It's about controlling yourself. You win the inner war the day you stop negotiating with your excuses. The day you stop chasing short-term pleasure. The day you say, "I'm done living on autopilot." Because the inner war doesn't end, but you can end your losing streak. The shift. Something happens when you start living this way. Your energy changes. Your eyes change. People feel it. You stop speaking just to be heard. You start speaking because you have weight. You stop rushing. You start moving with intent. You stop craving validation. You start commanding respect. When a man lives in alignment, mind, body, purpose, he becomes magnetic. Not because he's chasing power, but because he is power. And the world responds to that. Purpose over pleasure. There's a question every man should ask himself. Am I living for pleasure or am I living for purpose? Pleasure feels good now and costs you later. Purpose costs you now and pays you for life. Pleasure fades. Purpose compounds. And every man has to choose which path he's walking every single day. Discipline isn't about denying pleasure. It's about mastering it. It's choosing when and how to indulge so that it never owns you. A man ruled by pleasure is easy to manipulate. A man ruled by purpose can't be bought, broken, or bent. The call to rise. The world doesn't need more comfort seekers. It needs men who can stand firm when things fall apart. Men who can stay calm in chaos. Men who build when others complain. Be that man. Not perfect, but present. Not invincible, but unbreakable. The moment you decide to stop drifting, to stop being pulled by every impulse and distraction, you become rare. And in a world addicted to noise, rarity is power. The daily practice. Start small. Wake up early. Move your body. Read something that expands your mind. Work on your goals. Even for 30 minutes before you check your phone. Write down what you're grateful for and what you're building toward. Because gratitude grounds you and goals guide you. And when you slip, because you will, don't start over. Just continue. Discipline isn't perfection. It's persistence. Momentum beats motivation every time. The legacy. At the end of your life, no one will remember your distractions. They'll remember your discipline, your consistency, your character, your impact. That's your legacy. Not the money, not the cars, not the noise. The men and lives you built. And the irony is, when you live with that kind of focus, all the other things people chase start chasing you. Success follows alignment. Wealth follows discipline. Respect follows self-command. The final truth. Your greatest power is control. Control of your attention, your energy, your direction. Guard it. Protect it. Don't spend it cheaply, because the man who can't control himself will always be controlled by something else. So, choose focus. Choose purpose. Choose to be the man who leads himself before he leads anyone else. Be the one who's calm in chaos, strong in silence, humble in victory, unshaken in adversity. That's what true masculinity looks like. That's what real power sounds like. And that's the man you were meant to become.